And we're back with our final of the semi-finals tonight. We've moved over to New South Wales, and it's going to be Fractal versus Caringbah Calculators. It's St. Gregory's in the Fractal side there. This is second seed versus third, so another very, very close one like our last match we're expecting here. Chris, I don't think we've actually seen Fractal on stream
No,
this
we haven't.
season, so it
No,
could
just
be an
like
interesting
Frankston.
one.
Yeah, just like Frankston
Mm.
in our last game, we haven't really seen St. Gregory's throughout the season here. We have seen Caringbah here and there. They have been a respectable team. There have always been those little problems with them occasionally. Like if I remember correctly, and I'm just going through my notes again, they do tend to double commit it a little bit too often for my liking, but that was from several weeks ago, so they've had more than enough time to hopefully gel and hopefully iron out most of those issues. But yeah, for Fractal, for both us, they are a massive query. It's going to be interesting to see how they play. I might just keep my head out of predicting this game because I do think anything can happen.
Yeah, it's a bit tough to call here. Of course, Fractal being the second seed is probably preferred to win this just based on the seeding alone. But when it gets this close, when you get into this semi-final seeding, it really becomes too hard to choose, just like you're saying. So, yeah, Caringbah being the underdog just on seeding alone, we'll be looking at them to lift that game, especially like you were talking about with that double committing problem. If that's a consistent thing, really working that out of their game.
Yeah, indeed. As well, we're going to be heading straight in here. Caringbah on the orange, Fractal on the blue. And yeah, this should be a very, very interesting series here. One more BO3. The grand finals will be best of fives, luckily, but we'll get to that in a few weeks' time as we get things underway here for this New South Wales and Queensland semi-final and the ACT as well. But let's face it, everyone thinks the ACT is part of New South Wales nowadays, as Tatagane will have to come in with an early save here for Caringbah. He tries to carry it through, but won't be able to here. That's an interesting name, Garth, but I suppose that's what we're going to have to call him for the moment. Turp now just carries the ball to the other side of the field here, trying to get it out of the defense at the moment, but can only find Tatagane in the midfield. Caringbah once again tries to carry it on to attack here. Tatagane going to go for the solo play. No, he goes against it. He's trying to find a setup for his team here, but Turp really being a nuisance here for this Caringbah lineup. He's proving himself to be very worthy in defense early.
I think it might be Gala. If somebody in the chat knows him, let us know. But I'm going to go with Gala for now. Tatagane in the corner. We'll leave it for Cheer. Cheer gets it upfield to Hipster Whale. Now, a good dribble to the backboard. Great shot there to try and set this up, but Turp is on it very quickly as well. These teams matched incredibly highly in this mechanic game. Hipster Whale, no slouch either, will send that one home with a great backboard there off Tatagane's pass to him.
As soon as you mention mechanics, we see a good display of that there from Hipster Whale. Very tight angle to get it in, and well, he's able to just pull it off there. So good stuff here for Caringbah, but the Gregory's, they were doing quite well in defense for a fair while. They just couldn't really push out onto attack here. Sort of like what Frankston had to deal with in our last series here in Game 1, where they were being very respectful in defense, but yeah, that might be turning on his head very quickly here. Cheromine just comes through straight down the guts, and easy as you like goal for a 2-0 lead to Caringbah.
Big clear out there of the goals, and sometimes that's what it takes to make sure that you get that is just an open net. You use your positioning well, open that up, and it becomes quite an easy task to take that goal. But there's some skill in avoiding it and avoiding that happening as well, as Turp sends that one absolute banger from the pass from what might be Gaza. Still unsure on that, but
yeah,
huge play.
Yeah, especially in what I believe is the Sonic skin as well. That is a huge effort there to get that ball not only in from the midfield, but to get it off the crossbar as well. That takes a certain amount of skill that isn't that easy to attain here. But Caringbah, they're looking for an immediate rebuttal, won't be able to here. Ball just carried out of the midfield for now. Tatagane trying to lock it in, but won't be able to here. So It looks like it is still going to be St. Gregory's continuing on the attack here. Turp picks up the ball. Just going to try and carry it through here. Can he drop it down? No, he tries with a fake. It doesn't work out. Tatagane with the save and Hipster with the clear. Now, once again, they're going to go back onto the attack here. St. Gregory's trying their best to break through once again, but at the moment, Caringbah just holding firm at the moment, and, well, they definitely have improved from the last time we've seen them here. Haven't seen too many double commits from them, and their rotations have cleaned up as well a little bit.
Tatagane, great little touch off the backboard there. Turp nearly carries that through under them, but Hipster Whale will send that out. Gets the demo as well, but there's nobody there. Tatagane is coming in, but well too far back. Will get another center now. It's Gala sending it back to Cherami as Turp gets it upfield again. Tatagane now looking for maybe a long shot, but Nuggets will take control with no problems.
Yeah, he's doing an alright job here. Nuggets doing a fair bit in the midfield just to keep that ball locked in, as he does get a little bit of a risky save out. If Hipster got anything to it, that could have been disastrous here, as Caringbah, they've opened up their own net here. And, well, that rotation's there. I said it was improving. Well, they've just left a massive gap open this time around. An easy like goal there from Turp, and just like that, the game's equaliser 2-2.
Say easy, but I actually thought that was about to miss. It was well picked up at the end there by Turp. Really needed that final touch. But yeah, I mean, they didn't make it too hard for them, Caringbah. They really weren't able to do much. They will now, though. Hipster Whale, huge spike off of that bounce, and what a finish there. Incredible player.
Yeah, just needed a couple touches there, and, well, he pulls out the mechanics again to regain the lead for the team from the Shire. He is doing a fair bit of work here, Hipster Whale. Gets the brace up with 100 seconds to go here, but Turp, he's doing a lot of work for St. Gregory's as well at the moment. Has both the goals so far, has carried the ball out a fair few times from the midfield here, and, well, he is really keeping his team in the fight at the moment, but can the rest of St. Gregory's hold on here? Well, they definitely can. When you get an opportunity like that, Turp just breaks through the line, sets it up for his teammate, and that's going to be the equaliser yet again.
Ramey really should have been able to get onto that one. A little bit of a bad decision there will cost them, and that slow commit. But you have to say it's a good sign for Caringbah being able to even this up, despite Hipster Whale playing with a new aquarium. What a trooper!
Yeah, exactly. You know, especially with a new aquarium, sometimes you might not just be comfortable in your surroundings, but I mean, he's going quite well at the moment. Walking to very good mechanics-based goals so far. He might set up Tatagane as well. He goes to the backboard, turns it into a 50-50, but Cherami just unable to put it on target there. And now counter-attack nearly comes through, but hits well in the midfield. Able to just put the ball into the corner, allows the rotations to come back into defense for Caringbah. 40 seconds remaining here. Caringbah, they're looking dominant in the first half of this game, but their defense, especially those rotations out of attack when they have to go back, they have really let themselves down in that department here. This game could have been different. They've just cleaned that up, and, well, they might now be facing an overtime to try and win this first game. Maybe not. Look at that goal carry from midfield. That is absolutely astounding there to get the lead.
Really needed another touch. I actually don't think he did get one. No, just top bin shot from that midfield, and incredibly well placed. Very hard for Caringbah to be able to get that with their defense just not quite ready for a shot at all from that position. Now, Cherami is going to have to get this down to Tatagane. They really need a goal right now. There is an opportunity, but Nuggets will take it away as Cherami will take it back. Tatagane upfield as Hipster Whale takes control into the center. A 0-second goal is an opportunity. Now, Gala, whatever his name is, will be able to hold it at this midfield. The attempts run out of steam, and Fractal will take the game.
Yeah, Fractal picks it up after being 2 behind early. Caringbah looked really good in that first half, but yet again, that defense just really left them wanting there. And the most part, it was a interesting game from Caringbah. Definitely need to improve on the backfield there. But Yeah, for Fractal, they'll slow out of the gates, but Terp and the man that we don't really know how to pronounce because, well, Steam is blocking two of the characters. Yeah, this is, it's, they've really lifted here. For a team that we haven't seen so far in the year, they've made a good account of themselves here in the semi-final. And, well, they're only one game away now from making it to the grand final. Let's see if they can do it, or if Caringbah can clean up their defense and rally back to force us into a game 3.
Yeah, I mean, we did talk about Caringbah having some problems in the form of double committing and stuff. We didn't really see that come out. They
No.
did fairly well on that front, but there still was maybe that just little tiny bit lack of communication just in comparison to their opponents. And Fractal really had that covered. They were all over it. A lot of solo plays, you have to say, though. But when it was needed, there was always somebody available.
Yeah, Hipswell is definitely a player that got most of those solid plays to work. I mean, two very good mechanic-based goals there for him, but yeah, the rest of his team, they were doing all right in the midfield, but that was about it. They had a few good saves here and there, but they were good, but without being exceptional. And, well, especially when you get into the finals, you need to lift to that extra level here. So I'm expecting Chatagane and Jeremy to improve here in the second game. Chatagane gets a nice little save there, brings it to Hipswell, but he's caught in a 2v1. Still actually keeps control of it and pushes it slightly into the attacking half, but yeah, Caringbah definitely do need to lift. Chatagane, there we go. Gets a perfect setup for himself. And just look at this replay here. Sets it up in the midfield, and then that is a very tough line, especially to make sure Turb can't get to it. Good stuff from Chatagane. He's immediately lifted to get Caringbah the early lead.
Yeah, beats one and shoots over the second top, bins into that top right corner. Incredible stuff. A really tough beat and a line, like you said, that's incredibly hard. But Turp fires one back immediately. Incredible shot upfield from Turp, and Goa almost able to make something of it as well.
Yeah, but Turp was the only man who needed to get that goal, and he does it well there. That defense from Caringbah wasn't really on target there, to say the least, but Hipswell now onto the attack here. And yeah, this is the thing for Caringbah. They need to improve defense. They don't do that, they're gone in this series. It's simple as that. So they can clean that up in the next 4 minutes. They have every possible, but for now, I think their best form of defense is more likely going to have to be offense here.
Chatagane, another good touch, just trying to get those beats again, but the last man, Turp, comes up. Very good contest there. Came up nicely. Good mechanics showing there, but no reach of the ball as Gala pushes it downfield. Now, Chatagane again will not get it past Nuggets. It will go to Gala, who passes in for Turp. Will not make it in time as Hipster follows this downfield. We've seen him solo play before. Will he do it again? He will, but Chatagane is the one to just secure it at the end there.
Yeah, indeed. Hipswell does all the work there.
One pixel.
Yeah, 1 pixel. I'll tell you what, it didn't feel like that ball was actually going to go in. It felt like it was just straight across the middle there. So Chatagane with the finish. Well, it's definitely borderline, but it was the finish that they need. And Chatagane could have nearly made that a back-to-back for the hat-trick. Unable to get the goal this time around. But still, he is definitely lifting in the second game. Has got both goals so far for Caringbah, and with that, has regained the lead here. So let's see what else can happen for him here as he just comes over the top. Chatagane to kick the ball out of danger for now. Turp, though, he's sending up his play once again. He forces out nearly all 3 fakes, but Chatagane, last man to touch it, and just puts out danger for the moment. He's really trying to keep that ball out of net and out of the half as well. We'll eventually push it out here. That's a nice little steal as well. Just to force Turp to go up here. But it's not enough for another goal just yet here. Caringbah still stuck on defense. They just can't push out of the midfield at the moment.
What is Gala's boost trail? I hate that sound. That's an earworm and a half.
Is it the bubble one or?
No, it's some kind of party thing. I'm not sure what that is. I could happily never hear it again in my life, though.
Oh, yeah.
Gala's gonna let that go away to Chatagane and nearly makes a shot out of it from Hipster Whale as Turp gets under this one now and follows it up. Field Hipster Whale again. Gala now tries to get that pinch. It does go into the midfield. A bit of a miss there from Caringbah as well. We'll leave it for a second, but Hipster Whale will get on it a second time. It looks like they might be able to even this series up, but they're only one goal up with 2 minutes left. It is not over yet, especially with Fractal shooting on target. A good save there, and Terp does get the shot on target, but it's not to be.
Yeah, Tatagane really off the canvas in his second game, getting a lot of good goals and a lot of good saves as well. Definitely lifting after what was a pretty quiet first game, but he's now been demoed. Ipswell, can he get it? Charamine can't finish at the line, and Terp, well, if St. Gregory's win, he is more than likely going to be the MVP. He is absolutely flying at the moment, really doing a fair bit of work in that Sonic skinned car, and well, with a minute 36 remaining here, it's anyone's game really at the moment. Can Caringbah force through for a game 3, or will St. Gregory's upset and get the 2-0 win to make it into the grand final in a few weeks?
Gotta give credit for Gala for that incredible use of positioning there with that demo. Really good work there, and probably the only reason that was able to make it in. There wasn't enough control to guarantee that as a goal until it was opened up like that, and Gala was the one to do it. He's really stepped up a lot in multiple games now, but again, the game is taken back by Hipster Whale, of course. He's really been a monster on his own. A good pass in from Tatagane, though, will make sure that Hipster Whale can secure it.
Yeah, these two really doing a lot of work here for Caringbah. I mean, Tatagane, he just continues to add to his Game 2 performance here as Hipster Whale goes for a slow kickoff attempt. They easily saved by Gaza or Galar, whatever we're supposed to call him. We don't know because Steam won't let us know. But anyways, Tatagane, that's actually a very good pop-up there. But once again, he comes through. Galar, and well, he gets that save that probably keeps him in this game. But with 35 seconds remaining here, they will need another goal here, St. Gregory's, if they want to bring it to OT. They can definitely do it, especially if they can just keep the attack from Caringbah bottled up. Won't be able to do it this time around though. Nuggets having to come up to save the play, but Tatagane just drops onto the backboard. Hipster Whale just going back for some boost. Keeps it locked into the corner. That's all they really need to do, Caringbah, as we enter the final few seconds. They might just force us into a game 3 here, and that will make sure that I think that's a Nuggets own goal there to all but seal away the game. 4-2 for Caringbah.
Forced into it though by Tatagane. I mean, really a great little touch. Was going to center and probably going to be a goal without that touch. So really forced the defender to do something there, but unfortunately unable to get it away. And it will mean that we have our first full best of 3 tonight, and Caringbah is the one to force us there. What a game out of them. I gotta say, Hipster Whale's really showing up on his own, but Tatagane is the team player here and really was able to secure a lot there. 3 goals.
Yeah, especially after a very quiet game 1 from him. It was good to see Tatagane lift like that and, well, get the hat trick, get the assist, so 100% goal participation in that last game. But yeah, just Tatagane lifting really turned the tide there for Caringbah, especially when Charamine is really just playing pretty much just defensively here, not doing too much on attack. It has sort of become the Tatagane and Hipster Whale show up front. They're really pushing forward, and well, they're really getting those plays set up, and but half the time getting them in as well. So good stuff from them. Fractal though, I mean, we did see Gaza or Galar, whatever his name is, lift in that second game as well. First game was mostly the Terp show, but yeah, he lifted as well. He did a fair few good things in defense in the midfield as well. Got a crucial assist as well, but yeah, it's just going to be a very interesting game 3 here. We effectively have 2 very attacking players on both sides, and then we have that player who is sitting back on both ends, Nuggets and Charamine for both teams respectively. So Yeah, this is a very interesting game 3 here. Anyone can do it, but if Caringbah repeats their performance of game 2 compared to the Fractal performance of game 1, I think Caringbah would definitely have the edge over that. So let's get the decided start at the final 5 minutes of Rocket League for the day.
Yeah, I got to agree that Tatagane was the one to lift the whole team. I mean, that first goal, incredible. Even made the chat go off for him. Really, really earning a place in everybody's heart, but no more than his own teammate. I mean, it pushed the performance of all of them. That's going to be another one stolen away at the end by Tatagane, yeah.
God. Yeah, and Hipswell's definitely not happy in the in-game chat there. Tatagane with the... Oh, that is just a blatant seal. No way of putting it here.
And
yeah,
I think our streamer might have had the chat turned on too.
Oh no! You
get a little bit of a talking to for that one. But it's off screen now. We're all good. Tatagane puts that away from goal for only second. Nuggets barely missing that one.
Yeah, and as I said, he was mostly defense focus in the second game, so he's immediately gone off and gone for a very good attempt, just denied by the cross or the sidebar this time around. But yeah, Nuggets starting to push up a bit more in attack here. Could always prove a difference here, especially in what is a pretty close game. Hiswell did get down for a brief moment, but their opponents, Innocent Gregory, is just unable to do anything with it. Turp unable to get the touch. Ball just a bit too fast for him here. Tatagane forces the issue, but Nuggets keeps the ball moving forward here. At Hipster, here we go. Nice little touch there, but gives it straight over to Nuggets. Turp gets demoed for his troubles. Might open up. Jeremy pushes out a defense here. This might just be the setup, but Hipster, can't get to it in time. I think that's Gaza with the crucial save there.
Fractal seems shaken after that last game. Their defense is really, really spotty here, particularly when defending the midline of the field. There's been a number of misses, and I can only put it down to nerves. I mean, it was really a pretty big blow to them the way they went down out of the last match. A good save out of Nuggets, but it's not out of danger yet. Hipster sets it up off the backboard again, and Turp gets the squishy save eventually. Had to slow it down, does very, very well to push away from the goal.
Yeah, puts it into the corner as well, but no teammates really to follow up, and that's just going to allow Caringbah to go back onto the attack here. Tatagane looking for another goal, but won't be able to for the moment. Two-man coverage to block off that attempt. Jeremy now coming in from his own net, but just unable to do anything with that there. Ball once again saved off by the defense. Tatagane lifts up here, gets it to Hipster, but Hipster actually turns tail and goes for boost there. Thought he was going to go for the play, but alas, that's not the case as we enter the halfway point of this game. Free to side, Jeremy once again goes up, but immediately finds Gaza there. Tatagane in the midfield, locks it in on attack, runs out of boost now. Nearly gets it in. That's a pretty good attempt to get it on target at the very least, but Turp with the save yet again. He is really lifting his team at the moment, getting a lot of good saves and carrying the ball out their own half a fair few times as well.
I have to say, I think that if he wasn't under pressure there, he didn't have that person pushing up on him, I think he might have actually gotten that. He just wasn't quite able to flick the car under that and get that little bit of a scoop to get the extra distance on it. Went out to that left-hand side, but an incredibly close attempt. A good touch by Tatagane there, but a double commit out of the goal on it from the other side means that it might be open here. Hipster back in time. It will get sent back towards the goal. Tatagane, a little bit of a touch, will keep it safe as Jeremy under it now. Turp will rotate back, but stuck under the ball, is going to be out of position a little bit there as it goes to Nuggets. Will center eventually, but Tatagane just that little tiny bit slow. Who could have predicted that making it there in the long run?
Yeah, that was been hard to do as Hipster goes up in defense here. Jeremy just bumping off Turp to deny him the play, and Hipster eventually will get the booming clear out here. Nuggets can't do too much with it, and Hipster just forcing the issue here. Jeremy just can't get the touch, so Tatagane will lock it into the half an hour, into the final minute here. This is perfect for Hipster. Tatagane the setup. Hipster with the goal. He should have had two, but he'll be happy to at least have one for now.
And this is a good setup with less than a minute for Caringbah to take this back and make it 2 in a row to win the series. It is our first best of 3 of the night, the only one that's gone the distance, and It's been quite the game, however. Fractal has just lost a little bit of control here, and now Caringbah has taken it back from them. Terp into the corner, looking for that setup again. Galar can't get it there. Hipster Whale chasing it down. An open net opportunity is just going to give this game away. 3-0 with 33 seconds left on the board. You have to assume that that is the killing blow for Fractal.
Yeah, that's theft. Yeah,
the big forfeit.
Yeah, St. Gregory's a FF there. So, yeah, they're done. That's the series over, and yeah, that's going to be, well, an effective 3-0 win here, as that will be Caringbah just celebrating on their noses here. But yeah, that third game, Hipswell and Tatagane has really lifted. We also saw Charamine as well push out of the half, actually putting a bit of pressure on as well to the St. Gregory's opponents. And well, yeah, it really turned into a pretty good game, as they're also starting to spin as well here. So yeah, 4BM in motion here as time ticks down. The result confirmed. 2-1 victors over the series here, Caringbah, and they'll make it through to the grand final in 2 weeks' time, I believe, for New South Wales. Yeah, 31st. So
yeah. And man, I mean, what a huge comeback from game one. Caringbah really pushed through there. Fractal had a good start to this, and you know, it was off the back of Hipster Whale being that such good solo player there, really coming through in that 1v1 situation at the end there. Tatagane, though, in that second game, really came up big. I mean, he was the carry there. He pushed the whole team to the extreme of what they were able to do, and really put the hurt on Fractal. Unfortunately, it was too much for Fractal. I mean, not only were they so crushed that they lost out early in the third game, they actually forfeited. Yeah, they didn't even complete the game. A huge crushing blow to them, and that's what happens when Caringbah pops off. Apparently, I think they're in a good position to maybe even take the tournament out for this New South Wales ACT side. But I mean, it's got to be like, there's no doubt in my mind that you're in agreement with me for our MVP here, right?
Yeah, Tatagane, yeah, I mean, it was a bit quiet in the first game, but after that, he really lifted it off the canvas there. Game 2 was just dominant. Game 3, I mean, that's the only knock I have on him. Game 3, stealing that goal so blatantly from Hipswell. I mean, yeah, that's my only downside on him, but yeah, I completely agree.
I respect it a little bit. When you're in competition, it's never a steal; it's always a secure. So,
yeah.
I think it was probably about half a millisecond before that was going to be a goal. Actually, incredible steal, but yeah, Tatagane, incredible performance out of him, and not just good on the attack. I think that was a big step up there. From Hipster Whale as well, was that he was good across the field. Hipster Whale was very good on that attacking side. Don't get me wrong, he wasn't bad in defense, but Tatagane was incredible across the field.
Yeah, he really was, especially in game 2, where he pretty much made the game his own. Really forced a lot of good plays in the midfield, and then some of the attacks he went on as well just absolutely was pretty sublime. So yeah, a repeat of that from him. Hipswell as well, doing what he did in games 1 and 3, and Charamine as well, doing some good work in defense. I think Caringbah has a good shout of being the New South Wales ACT representatives come Nationals time. But for now, at the very least, Kex, that's it for us today. 3 games done and dusted.
Yeah, and we do still have finals left. This was only the semis, so we've seen our 3 teams go through today. We had Orniston Anglican Christian College, the Anchors, go up against St. Monica's Omega, and yeah, a huge game there. We had the Frankston boys up against Yarra Valley, and that was a big one as well. Yarra Valley coming through as predicted, I think, there. And then this one here, Fractal, the being the upper hand here, actually going down as Caringbah comes through in such a massive fashion. We will see you for these teams again in the finals. You'll have to keep an eye out for that. We will see you then.
Yeah.